I work with employers to have them consider opening their eyes to the benefits of employing people with disabilities. I think so many of the barriers that people with disabilities face are attitudinal, and that some employers feel very nervous or challenged about what they might have to do to their workplace to engage people with disabilities.
During one of your talks, I know you were surprised to be called an activist, a disability activist. And so how have you worked to include people with disabilities in architecture programs? And if there have been any results that you've been especially proud of?
Oh, well, I have been a supporter and a mentor to a program here at the University of Washington. It's the acronym is Do It, and it's I'm not sure I can tell you accurately what those letters stand for, DO-IT, but it's a program for young people with disabilities who are considering college in their high school years, and it brings them together for a couple of weeks on the University of Washington campus, and they learn in part about career options in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, in the STEM area, as well as learning how to advocate for themselves on campus in their future college years. And I've been a mentor to them, really trying to expand their perception that I think of architecture as a part of the STEM career base. And so over the years, I've had the opportunity to encourage some young people who participated in that program annually. I've seen a lot of those kids turn into very talented professionals.
So how can we train able-bodied people to be more aware of architectural needs for people with disabilities? Do you think it's something that can be taught, or do you really have to have the lived experience?
I definitely think it can be taught, and certainly we can expand architects' understanding and empathy of the needs. I think I serve on the U.S. Access Board, which is an independent federal agency that develops the guidelines for the federal government on accessibility. And they have recently been developing a whole series of animations that illustrate how people with mobility and other disabilities move through our environment. Because architects are very visual, and it really helps them see, if they can see what people go through, and then they kind of go, oh yeah. So I really encourage people to go to the Access Board website and spend time on those animations. And I certainly have been sharing those with my professional colleagues as a good training.
As you may be familiar with, around 70% of the country's people with disabilities are unemployed. I think to be a person of your position who is specialized in a field, architecture, and be economically thriving, and just living a very full and happy life, it's great to see. And I wish these kinds of images and people like you are on TV or on platforms that people with disabilities log on to. And so what is your advice in terms of gaining economic stability and living a thriving life in terms of finding a career path and um, not be in a situation where many people with disabilities are, where they are living on, minimal social welfare, and also in a predicament where they're unable to, or feel like they're unable to pursue a career path.
That is such a difficult question. And I certainly, if there was an easy answer, we would like to think that people would be espousing that, and that people with disabilities would be employed. I think I work with employers to have them consider opening their eyes to the benefits of employing people with disabilities. I think so many of the barriers that people with disabilities face are attitudinal, and that some employers feel very nervous or challenged about um, what they might have to do to their workplace to engage people with disabilities.